All right, good evening. Hello, media literacy friends. I'm going to try and go through the expectations for Wednesday. I know we're kind of excited, like, yeah, we don't have anything to do, but here's the thing, you do. Okay. And because Tuesday was a digital day, that means that it is extra important that you guys are getting caught up and really doing work on Wednesday as well. So I'm going to really quickly go through what Tuesday was supposed to be and why it's so important that you did your Tuesday work. And then I'm going to walk through what Wednesday work needs to be. So on Tuesday, you guys were supposed to preview and kind of go through this slideshow and start pulling data so that you could start putting it into this document that we pushed out for you guys. So we pushed out this slideshow that talked about making our own graph of the week, DBQs, document-based questioning. And I will let you guys go through this. I'm not going to walk through every single question and everything, single slide here. But you were supposed to go through the slideshow and read through the things that we pushed out for you about what document-based questioning was and how to go find some data, find things that interested you. We pushed out this chart. For some of you guys, you had already seen this chart, depending on whether your teacher had pushed it out and looked at it already. Um, and really, we wanted you guys to start looking for some pieces of data, some charts, some things that interested you, some things that pulled up stuff that you were intrigued by. We were really giving you a lot of license to pull things that intrigued you or interested you. So this is where you got to kind of have a little fun and look things up that were intriguing or interesting. All right. And we pushed out just really a blank document for you to start um, pasting things. Really, just paste some stuff. Um, here's a place for you to put at least two charts or graphs. Here's another topic. Put some charts and graphs. Find another topic and put some more charts and graphs. This is so that you can start having some data collected and that we can move into the next step of creating a graph of the week for you to do some writing with. And then the later part of this slideshow talked about making the DBQ, and we're going to actually push that piece out to you today on Wednesday. And you're going to have to start thinking about writing some critical thinking questions. And I know this might be a little bit taxing on some of you since you're going to have to do this alone. You're going to have to be thinking about all of this stuff without a teacher guiding you through it, but you have this screencast to help you through. Um, so you are going to have to select the pieces that you want to think of today, and you're going to be putting them into a template that we're going to push out. And then you are going to start working on writing some critical thinking questions using the pieces of data that you are selecting from your 3.1. So you have a couple slides talking about what good critical thinking questions are. And you notice that we have kind of put a box around these really good um, skills that critical thinking questions employ, right? You want to be curious, you want to be creative, you want to be skeptical, you want to analyze, you want to use logic. These are things that critical thinking does. It gets your brain doing. Um, and then again, here are some places that you can go for that data. So we're going to push out this template for you in 3.2. And if you paid attention to the steps and the instructions in this slideshow, you're going to work on filling out some of that template. And then any step that is in turquoise is what you guys are going to be working on. Okay. The rest of this template, you get to keep blank. So we don't want you to fill out this stuff. We don't want you to do this. Okay. In fact, I'm going to fill this in red. We don't want you guys doing this. All right. This is something that you're going to share later. You guys are going to be pushing these out and you're going to be swapping these with partners. We don't want you to worry about this stuff. This is stuff that you guys are going to work on later. Okay. We want you doing the stuff that is in turquoise. So we want you looking for data. We want you working on writing questions. And that is what this stuff is going to help you guys do. Okay. Think about what is a critical thinking question. Here are some samples of critical thinking questions. If you remember, we gave you a sample a sample total here, a sample final. Here's some sample critical thinking questions that go with some pieces. And again, like you can go to, like, here is an example of one of the places you can go. Here's Statista. We went to Statista and we just kind of scrolled through some of the more recent pieces that they've got pulled up. And I noticed, oh, they've got some really interesting things about TikTok. Or if you look, they've got 145 current pages of all of these like infographics and visualizations of new data. So you could go through any of these things, but if I started pulling them up, you look, there's tons of really cool stuff. There's all these things about TikTok. There's all these things about all kinds of neat stuff. So you just kind of um, browsing through some of these, all kinds of neat things. All right. So you're going to be working today on this 3.2, filling in your individual GOW DBQ template. Okay, so your goal is to put all of this stuff from 3.1. You're going to select the data that you want. We had you find more than you need, so go through what you have, pick out the ones you want, put them into your template, write some really good questions that are going to go down here. Okay, everything in turquoise. Put your name, come up with a good title, pick your data, choose the data that you want, 2 or 3 charts that are going to go here that you feel like they connect somehow, and then some really good critical thinking questions that kind of show how there's a connection between those pieces. Okay? All right. Enjoy this second day. Make sure that everything from last week is done, everything from yesterday is done, and that this is done. And if you need to email your teacher or you have questions, make sure you get in touch with them. Have a great day.